No,
I got another part to that. So how about dating, right? Let's say you're not engaging in sexual contact, but you're just dating. Do you think that what's a good number of women that you probably should date prior to marriage to get XP?
I mean, I don't have a number for that. I mean,
Just guesstimate. What do you think is because some men need it. Like when we're talking to people and people are trying to learn, like Will was
yeah.
articulating a little bit earlier, we need specific direction. There are people who are needing that. So if you had to say a decent number, just a
Or,
guesstimate, a ballpark figure.
or if you had to give somebody some advice, because maybe it's not a number, like what advice would you give that person that was out there that's looking for a wife?
I
That's
was
not
going to say that the number is not a relevant thing. There's no amount that it's not a numbers game. It's a quality game, right? It's a game of, well, firstly, it's not a game at all. So let me change that terminology. It's being clear, exact, clear cut, using specificities in your thought process, making sure you understand exactly what you're looking for. And then, yes, it is up to you to put yourself around those type of women, find those women, whatever it might be. It's up to you to do that. So I don't know the number. I have no clue. In a perfect world, 5 or less, maybe you dating. And I don't agree that you should be smashing them all. But I mean, I don't really know. I'm not a proponent of dudes dating. I can't purport that. Like I can't support it because of my beliefs. You understand? So it's like I gotta kind of tiptoe that a little bit. Like I can't tell you to go date 20 chicks because I can't do that. You feel what I'm saying? But just be specific on what it is that you want. Find somebody that aligns with that. Typically, if it's a religious situation, you'll probably find them in a religious environment. If you want a woman of a certain stature, looks wise, you're going to have to go where they pretty. If you want somebody that's at a certain level in business, you're going to have to put yourself around business people and find people that way. If you like a girl who does music because you do music, you're probably going to find her in a studio or at a networking event for music. You got to put yourself in the spaces where the woman is that you're looking for. That's really the only way to do it.
Hey, Mark, how old are you?
39.
How long you been with your wife?
8 years married next month.
No, I'm just talking about how long total. Is it just 8 years? Y'all got married?
Yeah, it's been like 9 years, but 8 years married.
Okay. So in your 30s, I mean your 20s, when you were out, were you actively dating?
I don't know if you want to call it that, man. My 20s, I was just
smashing.
I was not being the best of a person, you know what I'm saying? Like I was not living up to the standards and expectations I have for myself. I'm not going to get into details, but it wasn't.
No, we don't need details, but were you dating though? Were you?
Yeah. I guess you could call it that, sure. Yeah.
No, because we kind of have to define it. Like if you just see a girl, you holler at her, you get her contact information, you text her, and every now and then you kick it.
Both, man. You're going out, you're seeing people. It's all that combined.
No. I mean, like, were you seeing somebody like one person regularly and not just
during those times? Sure, yeah.
Okay, so when you were dating, how many girls were you actively dating?
Listen, man, I plead the fifth. I decline these questions.
Oh shit!
I'm not going down that pathway with you, homie. Going on mute, man. Going on mute, gang.
Listen.
I'm going on mute.
This is why I have so much contention with you fellas, man. Look, I got respect for you guys because I think you guys can articulate yourselves well. I think you guys have some insight, but I think you guys are not transparent enough for these topics. Now, I'm not asking you to divulge your impurities as far as what you were doing behind closed doors. That's not what we're asking. We're not going that deep. But can y'all at least? Damn,
hey, Will, would you put a name on that when you say shit like that? Could you put a name on it? Because not everybody does that.
Listen, Mark.
Okay, cool.
And
thank you.
I don't know anybody else. You want to tell us about your exploits?
My question.
I'll tell you. I'll gladly tell you what's up. I'll gladly tell you what's up. I did some bullshit. I did some bullshit. I fucked the hell up. Listen, I was on some bullshit, and I can't possibly. I can't deny that maybe that could have been the path to lead me to finding a wife. I can't lie and say that it wasn't,
bro.
Right? Because I was on some bullshit. The numbers would be embarrassing to me right now, right?
I'll throw your name on it too, Trev. You too.
What I say?
We all were on BS, Trev. We're not asking if we was on BS. We're asking, how did you date? Guys, guys can't do nothing.
Somebody was talking at the same time as me. I didn't even finish what I was saying. I'm trying to tell you, I was smashing hella joints. I would date multiple women at the same time.
Okay.
A lot. Like, I don't know, dozens, bro, at the same time. And didn't give a fuck. Cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. And smashing a lot of them. Like, it's just what it is. I was out here. I was on some
We don't need
wild
to
shit.
Impurities, but you was dating a lot of women at the same time.
And smashing, yes.
Okay, but we don't care if you was
smashing. Did you
no, it matters. It matters.
Hold tight.
Let me ask you something, Trev. When you was pursuing the women and smashing them, were you pursuing them with the agenda of marrying, or were you just pursuing them just to have a good time?
Oh, marriage was not on my mind at all.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like, so there's a difference.
But what I'm gonna say is that it gave me a lot of. But I gotta say, it gave me a lot of XP. It let me understand. It gave me a true understanding, in my opinion, of how women operate.
Man, don't nobody necessarily know what XP is. Just say experience.
Everybody know what XP. Who over here don't know what XP means?
I don't always know what y'all be saying. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
I will say this, though.
I got a question.
There was two different types. Go ahead, Mark. My bad. You said
my bad, bro. No. I'll yield the mic to you, and then I'll go. No, Diddy.
So the thing with me and my understanding is there's two different type of approaches to this. You have a mindset to go and pursue women for sexual intercourse, or you have a mindset to pursue a woman for marriage. That's how I understand it. If there's a third, then educate me.
But if you're smashing, can you truly say that you are dating her for marriage?
And you're asking me this question. I can't speak for no other man, but I could tell you this: if I'm pursuing a woman for marriage, is not smashing is not a priority, and it's not really on my mind at all. I can't speak for anybody else. If I'm pursuing her for marriage, if I'm pursuing her for dating, if I'm just pursuing women specifically just to have fun and have sex, then yeah, obviously smashing is the bottom line. Marriage is not even a thought, and I'm glad that.
Didn't you say the chick you was going to take to the hotel?
You didn't send me the code.
I was giving you.
I brought it here. The one in the flickering nylon.
Hold on, Kenny. I think.
Oh,
what
sorry.
you're talking about, Will, is a separate case where I was just trying to educate you on a concept of giving or receiving a phone number. It wasn't necessarily tied into what we was talking about. That's why I'm trying to get you to try to separate those two.
They can't be separated because
you're struggling to do that. I'm telling you because it's two different concepts. So this is how I think Trev asked the question, and I think Mark went before me. This is how I would pursue, and this is how I pursued my not wife. I communicated my expectations to the woman. I found favor in her. I liked her. I communicated the terms of the relationship. And once I got her agreements, then I began to go into the next phase of what I call testing.
Wait, how'd you meet her? You just jump into see, y'all jump past all the bro. Y'all just went 3 years later. Like you didn't.
No, this ain't no 3 years later.
No, what I'm saying is, bro,
in order for you to understand it, if you need to hear how I met her, then I would explain that.
Darwin,
but it's irrelevant.
Darwin, listen, if you have a woman who you're actively in a relationship with, and then you start communicating these things. See, look, I communicated these things. The things I communicated to my woman, I communicated them to her before we was in a relationship. I spelled it out for her while we were in the talking phase.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's not how I didn't gather that at all. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying.
But see, y'all don't listen. See, what
I'm listening.
Y'all don't listen.
Mark, did he tell us? Mark, was it clear when that information was disseminated? What part of the relationship they were in?
I'm gonna let you and Judge Bruiser hash it out. I'm staying out the way, gang. You know
what you could do is you could.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm the problem on your show, as usual, per usual. Because I just want to get to the nitty gritty.
Hey, man, you good entertainment, no Diddy, man. That's
y'all
a
won't
fact.
listen. So when I met her, and I got my communication. We got exchange communication. She got my number. She called me.
Darwin, you on the bus right now, man. We ain't trying to hear this dry ass story.
Okay, so you don't even want to hear that. You don't even want to hear that.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So let's get past that. The whole point is I communicated my expectation in terms of how or what I was looking for in a woman to be my wife and how I wanted to run my relationship and how I wanted us to operate. Once I got her agreeance, then I moved to this next phase called testing. So I tested her. I intentionally came up with scenarios. I pushed us into scenarios where I could test her emotional intelligence, how she behave under pressure, how she deal with communicating or accountability, many other different things. And once I had an understanding of this woman and I was cool with her, you know what I'm saying, and everything she tested, then I engaged with her. I got engaged with her and I married her. I didn't waste any time. That was it. I didn't either have to go make sure she could throw it back if I'm hitting it from the back or making sure she had Glock 3000. All that stuff was irrelevant because I was dating for somebody to be my spouse. Somebody can be long-term with me. I didn't need all of that. I didn't need a whole bunch of experience with multiple women to figure out this was the woman I wanted to be with. I just need to experience her. I needed to know her inside and out. And that let me know that, yeah, this is what I want. And once I figured it out, that was it.